Welcome once again to my channel. My name is Ofusu Godwin, a marketing professional and a marketing trainer. In this video, we're going to look at signs the prospect is wasting your time, or signs the potential customer is wasting your time. A lot of salespeople spend and waste their time chasing leads without knowing that they are being misled or they are being ghosted. In today's video, I'm going to take you through some signs that I've also experienced whilst doing sales. Now, the first thing I'm going to talk about is the invisible decision maker. You will never meet the decision maker. The contact person that you meet or you met will always talk about a superior who must approve, but he's never going to set a meeting for you to meet that particular superior. Forget about meeting that particular superior. Even if he's around, they will tell you the superior is not around. They will give you promises that are completely vague, dead, and without any action. This, as a matter of fact, signals a low internal drive and a no, go prospect that you have to pull up very quick. You see, one trap can kill many sales. Wasting your time on that particular prospect would also prevent you from going on to other prospects who might even be willing to buy, right? You are always meeting mid-level staff while the real decision maker is hiding somewhere in his office. So as a salesperson, what you need to do is to set clear rules, find out about the people involved in the decision-making unit and how you can reach the very decision-making personality within the unit. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the ghosting cliff. The ghosting cliff. A prospect can nod and say yes during your approach. He will tell you, just send me a mail. That send me a mail effect. Or send me a proposal. So send me a proposal. What happens is that your proposal then goes to land in his or her inbox. But they end up being vanished. You know, you can set your email to certain functions whereby when your email is deleted, you can see. When I used to work back with an electromechanical company, I used to experience that. You realize that from the settings, the mail has been deleted, the proposal has been deleted. Right. So it is important, as a matter of fact, to take note of this particular signal, the ghosting cliff. What they are really trying to tell is that they are usually either dealing with another seller or another vendor, or they have other proposals from other prospects giving a good deal. Spot this fast. Immediately you send that offer. This is because this is a weak signal, right? Or it's a signal of weak interest. So what you need to do as a salesperson usually is to add a clear deadline. Can you please reply by Wednesday close of day? Or can you please reply by Friday close of day? Or we assume you are not interested. Or we assume we should move on and later get back to you. If you delay, you're going to lose weeks and even months to such a silent prospect who might later on pick a rival or a competitor. So get this early warning signs early. It is always good to ask them whether there are other vendors that have come in a much nice and polite way, so that you get to know that there are other suppliers or other providers or competitors who are also vying for the same prospect. I think we're going to talk about is budgetary vagueness, vague budget. You realize that it is important to get to know the budget of the prospect so you can qualify the prospect using the BANT. I'll talk about the BANT. That is the budget, authority, need, and timeline. Some prospects or some buyers will hide their budget from the start. This sends early warning signs. But they sometimes even tell you they are even expecting funding. Yet, they have no proof of that. I mean, zero proof. So you end up pitching in the dark. You end up pitching in the dark. Always try and reflect on the BANT 2. That is budget, authority, need, and timeline. When you use this thing, you can also be able to find out about, I'm talking of the B, the budget, the BANT, the B of the BANT. You'll be able to know that this prospect will be willing to buy or is ready to buy, or maybe we can later on attend to such prospect. You can also check this on some online portals. For example, Crunchbase. When some companies, especially SMEs, etc., receive funding, you can get information about this on Crunchbase as well, which is a website that is very good with this. You see, when the buyer blames budget holes, it is one of the signs that you should basically be looking at. Sometimes money might exist, but the prospect just want to ward you off. So it is important to check the budget so that you don't waste your time. The next thing we're going to talk about is deep demands. Some prospects will demand for a lot of things, even including free trials, samples, etc., just to ghost you. They can even request for custom reports, custom technical reports, and information. They normally take this information and use that to compare with other vendors or other competitors that have also submitted theirs to them. They never buy your product. So you become an unpaid helper. They also demand a lot of technical reviews too soon. The moment you reach out to the person, he wants some technical reviews. And being a salesperson, you'll be forced to give this information. Sometimes you can even request for system test, and even whether the product or service that you are offering to them will be profitable before they commit. If they drag more and keep on demanding, that should signal you that they might not be ready. So wait for a signed letter of intent first, and then confirm basic fit before you share deeper details so that you can keep your sales on track. It is important to look at this point very well, as sometimes you may give free information, become a free helper to the prospect. You might end up giving up a full service without knowing. And later, the prospect will just say bye-bye. What is sales? No sale. So it is important to set rules at the beginning. The next thing we're going to talk about is the meeting trap. These prospects will keep asking for meetings without any specific laid down plan. They can say yes, nod, etc., give the green light impartially, but they won't tell you the next step. There is no call to action from their side. And what they do is that they normally keep the decision maker away from you, the salesperson. This can be time wasting and can affect your work as a salesperson. So it is important to set an agenda for every call. If you are calling a prospect, set an agenda that this call should bring a meeting. This call should let me meet the decision maker. This call should lead to a presentation or a demonstration. So try and get to know what happens when you're making any call, you're making any outreach. Is it a signed deal, a presentation, or a demo? If you realize that this is not coming up, it is important for you to pause and then find out properly if the prospect really qualifies. So you can even ask the prospect, so what should be the next step, or what do we need from this talk so we can go forward? This will let you jump the hurdle of pointless loops. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button, subscribe. If you haven't followed yet, hit the follow button and follow, like, comment, and share. Thank you very much.